Hi everyone, I'm back and today I'm doing another recipe. This is my fall off the bone chicken. These are drumettes and wingettes. It's both portions, and what I have done, I've not added anything to it. All I do is I separate them out in the bag and I put them on these. I put them in on, right now they're on 400. This is my mini oven. So, because my bigger oven is doing something else at the time. So this is my mini oven. I do not have any spices, no salt, no nothing on them right now. So whenever these get, I'd say, to the next step, I'll bring you back. See you then. Okay, so we're back. I can't really say how long it's been, but as you can see, there was juice on the bottom, so it creates its own juice. And I'll show you in the top one. You can see in there, it's all bloody looking. But do not toss that out. You want to keep all that goodness. Okay, so the stuff that came off of the bottom, because this is a shallow pan, I have actually taken that and put it off to the side, and we'll be using that later. So like I said, don't toss it. So I have went ahead and put some of my seasonings on, which the only two seasonings I use on my chicken is garlic. And let me grab that real quick and I'll show you. You see that beautiful stuff in there. Okay, which is this one, garlic salt. And you just give it a light shaking over it. And I use Bodia's Complete Seasoning. And I give that a light, very light shaken. Okay, so you put on there on one side. I've turned these already just now. So I came over, I emptied the juice off of the bottom of this pan. I left it on that one because it's deeper. And I've turned all the chicken over so that the bottom of it will cook, which was the top. So now the top of it is going to cook on the bottom, if that makes sense. And I have given the bottom part of the chicken a light dusting of garlic salt and complete seasoning, and then we'll just close that back in there. Bye, chicken. You see that in there? And whenever I get to the next step, I'll bring you back. Okay, so here we are. I believe it's probably been about an hour. This is not a 45-minute food. This is a slow cook, get it off of the bone type meal. So as you can see, I'm turning them back over. There's hardly any bleeding going on anymore. No more kicking and fighting from the chicken. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to just flip these back the way they were. I'm going to push. Let me turn this one here around. Let's do this. Alright, there we go. That way whenever I pull this over, push that over, bring that forward, that's there, that there, that there, and ooey gooey, everybody's juicy. Alright, so I'm going to pause you for a minute. Okay, so now that I have this turned around, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to turn them over. You can see all that lovely juice down in there. It no longer looks bloody. So we're just going to flip each one of these. Just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some from up here. I don't know if I keep getting the camera like all screwed up sideways or what have you, but I hope you guys can see it. So, you see these up here? These are gorgeous, like gorgeous, just awesome looking. So anyway, I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have those all turned, and what I did is I took the chicken from up here, all but 3 pieces, and filled in down here. That way I don't have a lot of burn. So whenever it starts, you know, like cooking really good in there, there's less sides for it to want to burn on. And then whenever it starts getting nice and good, I'll bring you back. But for right now, I'm going to give it a light dusting of some garlic on the back side and some complete seasoning. And like I said, when it's ready, I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so I wanted to just bring you back for a brief moment to show you what I meant by light dusting. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I brought you guys back for an update. I think it's been about an hour. So this is, and like I said, this is a low and slow process. So this is something, if you want it good by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, put it on at about 12, because that's about what time, that's about how long it's going to take. I mean, I'm doing mine in a mini oven, so it's, I don't even know what kind it is anymore. Anyway, it's a little mini oven. So, I mean, as you can see, this is like one of those little copper pans that comes with the crisper tray. And that's pretty much all that fits on one shelf. So, yeah. So we have that. And here are the other 3 pieces of chicken that I left in the top. The reason I left them up there is only because there was no space down here. Now down here I do keep adding juice from that top tray. So as it starts to cook down, I will add some more juice until all the juice is, into that good running stuff, and then I'll add that, and I'm making mashed potatoes and gravy, and I'll use that to make my gravy out of. So whenever this is needing a little bit more attention, I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I am bringing you back. I have already turned them over, and we've already taken one out and to check and see if it was tender on the inside, to see if it was done. And they're lacking about, I'd say, 20 minutes. So I'll show you what I got going over here. Okay, so over here I have my barbecue sauce, and this is Sweet Baby Ray's Honey Chipotle. And what I'm going to do whenever the chicken gets done, give me 1 second here. When my chicken is done, I'm going to take and toss it in the barbecue sauce, and then I'm going to put it back on this tray, but I'm going to let the chicken sit in the barbecue sauce for a few minutes, just so that I can get the drippings off of the plate or off of the tray, so I can put them back on there without the drippings. That way it gives it, and then I'm going to take these 3 that are up here, and I'm also going to put those on this plate down here. God, this smells good. So I'm going to put them on this plate down here, or tray, and then I'm going to put them on the top shelf and put them under the broiler, and put the broiler on for about 10 minutes until they're nice and crispy. But I'll bring you back and show you that when we get there. Okay? Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm bringing you back, and what I've already done is I've already tossed the chicken in here. Originally I had it in a stainless steel bowl, but the bowl wasn't big enough, and this one has a lid on it. So what I did is I put the barbecue sauce in and the chicken in, I put the lid on, and okay, so, oh, and just a quick tip. When you're using these thick barbecue sauces like this, it doesn't hurt to add a little bit of water and shake it up, make it watery. Once it goes into the oven, it'll thicken back up. So, a minute. Okay, so here's the chicken. It's all been tossed into the barbecue. It is now on the top rack, and it's fixing to go under the broiler for until it's good and sticky. That's how I call it, until it's good and sticky. If you like char, I like a little bit of char, But if you like char, you can do it until it has some char on it. You can do it until it's just sticky. You can eat it just like it is right now if that's the way you like it. You can stop now and just keep going. But I like mine a little sticky with a little bit of char. So when that gets done, I'll bring it back and show you what it looks like when it's completely done. Now, I don't know if this camera is going to do this justice, but that's what I'm talking about by sticky and blackening. It's not black. It's not black. Okay, but when you touch it, it is something of, that's mine right now. There is something of some stickiness, okay? And let's see if it'll focus and zoom. And this is fall off the bone. Okay, that is not black as in char. That is dark as in a lot of barbecue sauce in that one spot. And you can tell in my voice I am ready to eat. Okay, so I am going to assume that this took me about 5 hours or so to do. So like I said, there's a lot of chicken here. And this is not something that is going to take 45 minutes to cook unless you don't want it done properly. But this is some awesome barbecue. Oh, anyway, I'm going to put this camera down. I've got some gravy over here on the side making, some homemade taters, and some homemade mac and cheese, and I'm going to get to that. See you next time. Thanks for watching. If you know somebody who likes some homemade, just downright damn good barbecue wingettes, this is the recipe. Share it, make it, like, subscribe. That's the most important. When you give me a thumbs up, that lets me know that you like my content. When you subscribe, that just helps my channel grow. When you share it, that means other people will also like and subscribe if they like what I'm doing. Until next time, good eats.